Nominees for Player's Voice are 100% fan-voted category. You guys were very busy voting the past few days. Nominees: Sonic Frontiers, Genshin Impact, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, and Stray. And once we took out all the bot votes, the Game Award goes to Genshin Impact.
Yes, the Game Awards has concluded last night. It was a wonderful night. It was a glorious night for a bunch of reasons. To be perfectly honest, the biggest thing that people cared about was obviously the player's voice, which, I ain't gonna lie, like, if we're being perfectly honest, like, if I'm being real with you, outside of that beginning part, but if I'm being real with you, to be perfectly honest, it's okay. Like, if Sonic won that too, you know, which they should have won something tonight. They should have won something that night, but they didn't. And honestly, they should have been put in the best music category, if I'm being honest. But definitely, they should have won something. And definitely, when it comes to Genshin winning, whether Sonic won or Genshin won, I would have been fine and happy. Granted, yes, you could say the Primo Jails did. It's something I wanted to see, which you're getting 800, which is not what the amount I wanted, but it is what it is, and I'll take what I can get because Scaramouche is being a bitch. But when it comes down to things, you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. But definitely, I had made like a recording not too long ago talking about this whole thing, but I never released it. And I was literally saying in that recording that yeah, Sonic definitely should have won. Personally, I would wanted Sonic to win, but since I like both games, Platinum Sonic, love the hell out of Genshin, obviously. Wouldn't mind either game honestly winning. So the fact that Genshin won is just very interesting, but it's very nice to see. And to be perfectly honest, the reason why I think it won is not because of some rigs or bots and all that type of stuff. Jeff even said they got rid of the bots. So on both sides, I'm thinking both sides probably bought it, right? I wouldn't be surprised if both sides actually bought it in some way. But still, the message got through to Sega because at least they were like, yeah, we got nominated and shit, you know, it made us motivated to work on the next game and more material for Sonic and stuff going forward. So, and that's like the biggest victory of all, like really, making sure that developers know that their game is wanted and, you know, really was sought after. Like, that was like the best thing when it comes to all of it, whether they win an award or not, honestly. So that's honestly really good to see on Sega's side. But like I said, either game could have won and I would have been straight up happy for it. I would have been, because it was just, you know, it's just nice to see two of the games that you like ended up just winning. It would be nice to see. I honestly wanted Sonic to win the best adaptation, but I kind of knew Arcane was going to win that, so. But outside of the awards and stuff, we have trailers to talk about. Number one, which we have to start off with the Street Fighter one, which unfortunately with the release date got leaked. So it's coming out on June 2nd, I think, 2023. So, you know, that's a lot farther than usual Street Fighter's release in like their window period, because usually Street Fighter gets released in February. That's a long time away. Probably because of the financial fiscal year, they probably push it back like that too. So that's annoying, and I ain't gonna necessarily lie, I was wishing it was a little bit closer. Just a little bit closer, honestly. But I guess it would make sense to make it like a fighting game of the summer, or a game of the summer, honestly. But that puts it right by Final Fantasy 16 too, right? That put them right by Final Fantasy 16, and that's kind of like, oh man, how much time can people really grind in while having Final Fantasy to be dealt with, honestly? Which, did they release a date for Final Fantasy 16? I gotta look it up. Oh, it comes out literally in the same month, on the 22nd. So yeah, I don't know. I know some people might be like, you know, not liking that, especially if you're like a streamer, you just like both games, you want to give both games some equal amount of time. That might burn you just a little bit, but it should give you enough time to do what you want in the game and then figure things out, honestly. At least that would be my hope, honestly. Looking at you, Maximilian dude. But when it comes down to things, yeah, so that's when we're going to expect, you know, Street Fighter 6 come out. We also got like 4 new characters to be shown, including the returning DJ. We got Manon, we also had Marisa, and then JP. which I think Manon and JP for me are like the more like characters I'm looking forward to seeing more of. JP mainly because this man is dark as hell with his attacks, and I've never seen any attacks like this in Street Fighter, at least as far as I know of. So yeah, man, strung you up like he's stringing up some, you know, I don't know, some bondage situation. It looks very weird and messed up, but at the same time it looks cool as hell. That's all the same. Then Manon, I mean, pick and choose what you want out of Manon, honestly. She looks good in every single angle. If you've seen the victory pose that she has at the end, that jump, peak, straight peak. There's plenty of other moments with it too. It's like utter peakness that's coming from this lady. I didn't think I would be in liking some French ladies, but today's gonna be that day. And also, when it comes down to things, now I'm kind of confused. Do I like the legs of Juri, or do I like the legs of Manon? I don't know, but we're gonna figure this out when the game comes out, honestly. So yeah, we'll definitely see. Now and also I think this might still not put these characters. I don't think Capcom is gonna put these characters in the beta either, right? Like they might, but they also might not. We don't really know. And to be perfectly honest, I wouldn't be surprised if they don't put them in. So, you know, it is what it is. But still, nonetheless, it's good to see that they're actually existing, actually moving around. So we'll see what they can do when the game drops, or when they do another beta, if they decide to put them in and stuff. So we'll see what happens with that. And also, we did get to see a bunch of stages in the level too, so you know, and the stages look excellent as well. All the stages really been looking really nice, so that's like another thing as well that we got to keep in mind. The stages look beautiful. So yeah, that's for Street Fighter. And then we got to go to Genshin real quick, because Genshin did do a promotional video, which I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool, that's pretty saucy, that's nice. But the obvious one big moment that took away from everything was Yao Yao. I spat out water. I spat out literal water when I saw her, because I know they said that, yeah, she's coming out and she's like the leaks and stuff, but people been leaking and talking about Yao Yao for literally years. And so when it comes to things, I'm just like, I don't really believe the leaks when it comes to Yao Yao, because y'all been saying it for like years now. I don't think she's coming out, because she got leaked literally in the beginning of the game, when the game first came out. So why should I believe any other leaks that came through when it comes to Yao Yao in some shape and form? I don't believe it. So when they finally did show Yao Yao, it was like, gosh dang, I was actually not expecting that, to be perfectly honest. So that was, to me personally, the biggest shock of the night. That fact that we were getting Yao Yao in some shape and form. Like, it was actually pretty dang cool that, you know, she actually is existing and just actually out here, I guess, about to just throw some Dendro, whatever the hell she got, honestly, with her attacks and stuff, and about to throw that Dendro ass around. So we're about to see a lot of stuff when it comes to Yao Yao, hopefully, in the next update. Hopefully she'll be entertaining to play, because, again, she about the most hyped up character I've seen in a very long time, and again, she been leaked since the beginning, so I would like to hope and imagine that we get something really good for our 4-star Yao Yao. Then we also gotta go to, lastly, one of my other games I was looking forward to was Tekken. I have mixed feelings about the Tekken trailer. I'm not gonna necessarily lie. When I was watching it, I was like, oh man, this looks cool. The graphics look crazy. Paul looks different. Everything about Tekken looks kind of crazy right now. But at the same time, gameplay wise, we didn't see much. And that was the part that I was kind of looking forward to, I'm not gonna lie. But when it comes, because like graphically, the game looks great. You know, the story looks amazing too. Jun actually being in a mainline Tekken game for once is actually impressive. So, you know, I'm very excited for that. And Jin's being like a kind of good guy, honestly, that's also very cool. But the fact that they didn't show a lot of gameplay was also the thing that bothered me. Because I was like, they're doing a lot of cuts, they're doing like a lot of like special effects and stuff around, but we ain't seeing how the game operates, honestly. And then it's like, I'm kind of more excited for the first trailer that we got of the game versus this one in a way, you know? Like graphically, I'm excited for the last trailer that we got, but you know, for gameplay fighting stuff, the last one was the better one, and it was just like, why we see more gameplay? I wish we saw a lot more, because it made me worry and made me think like, oh, maybe the game isn't going to play like original Tekken is going to play, honestly. But if you slow it down, you'll see some stuff and it looks fine, right? And even some new stuff like the wall hazards and stuff maybe. But still, it's just like, there's not a lot of things you can pick and pull from that. Unlike Street Fighter that shows, you know, things that you can potentially do with the characters and stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel weird about Tekken 8. I really do. So hopefully they'll show something soon, honestly. But, I don't know. We'll see. And then, obviously, the last couple of things, like Final Fantasy 16, obviously that's coming out, and that's going to be glorious when that game does drop. Am I looking forward to 16? Kinda, but kinda not at the same time, because I don't really care for the medieval, you know, period of time, because that's always like the boring time for me, honestly, so I don't necessarily really care. But it might look good. I might pick it up, I might not. It's a 50-50, honestly. And then, oh, the Lo-Fi girl got into Rocket League for whatever reason. I ain't mad about that. But she got into Rocket League, so that was honestly really funny as well. They also showed like the Suicide Squad game, which honestly I was wondering, I was like, when are they gonna show something about the Suicide Squad game? Because we haven't seen anything. And then literally they showed it, and then obviously Kevin Conroy is gonna play Batman for his last ever role, because unfortunately he passed away not too long ago. So that's really cool that that's happening, that they got him to come back and just do the voice again. So that's amazing. And at the same time, it's also kind of unfortunate as well. So, but you know, it is like his last send off to everybody though, which is kind of cool. Oh, and then Forspoken has a demo that's going to PS5, which I gotta thank you guys again for letting me get a PS5. So now I can play that and kind of see what Forspoken is about, because I may make a video on it, I might not, I don't necessarily know, but we'll see. And yeah, that's basically the entirety of the Game Awards and what was like the important things that I really cared about. Also, some random ass kid came up to the stage and talking about some dedicating the award to Bill Clinton. I saw that and I was like, who is this kid? But I didn't hear what he was saying though. And I was like, okay, I think they either cut somebody off or that wasn't supposed to happen. And that wasn't supposed to happen. They did get arrested for I don't know what, but like when it comes down to things, but definitely, yeah, that whole, I don't know what that was. And everybody just talking about the dude being like an imposter, like in Among Us and stuff, which was absolutely hilarious. So, you know, that was like a weird thing. And I was literally thinking about this when I was watching the Game Awards. I was like, I wonder what the security is like for the Game Awards, because you thinking after all these years something stupid is gonna happen at one of these dang events at some point in time. So I don't necessarily know what's gonna happen when it comes to the Game Awards and stuff. I don't know necessarily, you know, how this is gonna go about when it comes down to things, but I really want to know exactly, you know, what the security is like, because you never really know. Someone can always do something weird when it comes to, you know, these live events and stuff, and it will be horrible if something crazy happened, you know, at a live event and stuff. So you just never know. And definitely when that happened, I was just like, well, there you go, y'all need to have better security, honestly. So yeah, that was a weird dumb event, but it is what it is. Nothing crazy happened, at least nobody got hurt. That's the main thing. So anyway, that's basically it when it comes down to things. So hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter and let's done at your channel. Patreon is available as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, signing off. Have a blessed day.